Hello, this is Zule from Pomona, California, Zone 10A. Today is May 5th, 2018. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. And today we're going to take a look around the garden and see what's growing at this time. And I'm going to start here where I have my little seedlings growing. And this is going to be on top of the porch in front of my house. That one is beefsteak. Those are serranos. This is rosemary. I'm attempting to grow from seeds I collected in my garden. These are UT seeds that I planted, the ones he sent me, the peppers. These are also peppers. That's the, what is it called? I forgot. Cardinal climber. Cardinal climber, tomatoes, volunteer tomatoes that came up in my garden, and some peppers, some moringa that I'm trying to grow from seed, some carnations in the back, some tomatoes, volunteers, carnations, the nasturtiums. I'm trying to grow from seed that I collected in my garden, tomatoes that came up as volunteers in the garden. My banana plant or tree, I call it a tree, but people say it's not a tree. So the banana plant, this one is the original plant that I received as a gift. This one is the pup that grew last year around the end of the year, and then there's a baby pup that grew this year. Now the banana plant hasn't given me any bananas yet, so I'm not sure how old it's supposed to be to give bananas. I'm gonna wait this year and see if it gives me anything. If not, it's coming down and I'm going to the nursery to buy me a banana plant, because these I don't know if they're fruiting or not, because they were a gift and they didn't come with any tags. So I'm gonna give it this year. This would be its third year, I believe, or it might be its second year. I don't know. I did some research on bananas, and some say that they should be fruiting the second year, and some say that they can take up to 3 to 4 years to fruit. I don't know. Do you guys know? If you guys do, let me know. But so far this one has not given me anything. It keeps growing, so that's why I haven't chopped it down, but it hasn't given me any bananas. In this bed I have corn growing. I had planted the corn, I think in February or maybe the 1st of March. Normally I try the 1st of March, and then I noticed that nothing was popping up and there was a lot of birds here. So then I put 2 and 2 together, and yep, the birds, naughty birds, they were taking all my seeds. So they were taking them to the trees in front of my house, and then corn started growing in front of my house. So now I redid this in the middle of March, or maybe the end of March, can't really remember, and I mulched it to give it a little bit of cover so that the birds wouldn't find it. And it seems to work, because most of them actually did come up and they're looking pretty good. Can't complain. So the naughty birds definitely had a hard time digging these up because of the mulch that I put on top. So from now on, that's what I'll be doing. And wish me luck, you guys. I didn't have luck with corn last year, so this will be my second year growing corn, and hopefully this year grows a lot better than last year. I'm taking extra steps to make it healthier, like covering it, making sure it's watered. When I planted the little seeds, I make sure that I gave it some food. So hopefully this year it will be much healthier. And here is a variety of anything and everything. So in this bucket I have volunteer tomato plants that came up. There was at least 100 little seedlings there. I took them all out and I left 3 or 4, I believe, in this bucket. In this one I have lettuce that I let go to seed, so I'm waiting on the seeds. This one I have a pepper that overwintered from last year. A little rose bush I planted 2 years ago. Another pepper. My tulips were here, but now because it's so hot, they have died out. This is a volunteer tomato that came up. I was originally growing a cabbage here, but I saw the tomato coming up and well, let's just say the little cabbage went to cabbage heaven. And here I have some radishes growing with a zucchini. I don't know if that's a great idea or not, but I thought because they don't take as long, it would be great to have them grow around the zucchini plant that takes a little bit longer to get growth and establish itself. And we have some little radishes ready. Now my radishes don't grow very huge for whatever reason. Maybe I just picked them too early, but if I don't pick them at this stage, what happens is that they will grow a little bit more, but then they will be hollow. So if anybody has some advice for me for radishes, please go ahead and let me know, because I've never been able to grow big huge radishes like some of you guys do. And I wish one day I might be able to do so. Yum. On this side I have a little bit of everything as well. So I have some poppy seeds growing. I have a potato plant growing, which is going to be ready to harvest in a couple of days, I'm guessing, because the plant is not looking so great. I have some chives growing. And then I have some tomato plants growing, but they're not doing extremely well, and I think that's because I planted them too early on, so maybe their growth is a bit stunted. And my resident gopher had seemed to be on vacation because I hadn't seen it, but I had a lot of cilantro seeds growing here. I mean, a lot of cilantro seeds, a lot of cilantro plants growing, and they're gone. This whole area doesn't have my cilantro plants. And look. And look, that's where the dirt has been disturbed, so it's back. Ugh. I really don't want to kill it, but it's definitely pushing me to that point. And around my garden I also have some flowers. Some have died, but some are still blooming and they look absolutely pretty. Like this blue one is doing absolutely fabulous. I have some marigolds, and of course my favorite flower, the carnation. It is my absolutely favorite flower. And some carrots that I have, and my lemon balm growing in the garden, doing all very well. This papaya is, I think, the red lady papaya. and it's doing pretty good. In the winter I thought it was going to die. It looked pretty sad, but now that the heat started picking up, oh boy, and did it pick up. Yesterday we were at 98. The papaya seems to love that. And take a look, I actually do have a little. Today is May 6th, and the reason it's May 6th is because yesterday while I was filming, the battery died, so I had to recharge my battery, and here we are. So I was telling you that we have a flower, and yesterday it looked real pretty, and today it seems like the heat is killing it. Or I don't know if it got pollinated, not sure what's going on with it, but there it is. And this is supposed to be the red lady, and from what I have read, the red lady is self-pollinating. So I'm hoping that this papaya tree grows big and can give us some papayas pretty soon. This will be its second year. Well, actually it's starting on its second year now. And we have another flower. I think I can't see because of the sun very well, but there it is. That's the other flower. And I think there's one behind it trying to form. So here's hoping that they get pollinated and we can get some papayas. And this is the beautiful rosemary that I brag about on my channel. Well, I don't brag about, but I do talk about it often. That's because it has a lot of sentimental value to me, and it's doing really well. And this is the one I actually take cuttings from. And I took a couple of seeds a couple of days ago. Some flowers on it they were already dying, so I took them off. I looked inside the little flower and then popped out, and 3 seeds popped out. So I'm excited. I'm testing the seeds out and hoping that they germinate, and I'm hoping it's the right time to germinate them because they love the heat. I'm thinking, why not? So I planted the seeds about a day or so ago, and we're just waiting to see and hoping that they do pop up. And if they do, I'll show you. This is the Mexican lime tree, and 2 years ago it gave us about 3 little limes, and then last year it didn't give us absolutely anything. This year it got loaded with a whole bunch of little flowers, so I'm hoping that this year it will give us at least another 3 little limes. And it's been so hot here, and that's why I'm thinking that the flowers don't last on it, but I'm hoping that at least 1 or 2 make it and give us some little limes. And the flowers are very, very pretty, and they smell absolutely, absolutely wonderful. But yeah, just a little progress report on the little Mexican lemon. Hello, little bee. Thank you for coming to my garden. Tell your friends all about it so you guys can all come and have a little party. I love bees. They're just so beautiful. This area I'm calling my never enough dirt patch. Brian sent me some Black Prince seeds, and I planted the seeds and they germinated, and this is where I have put all of them. I did grow only 6 because I did want to save some of the seeds in case I fell in love with it, and that way I can have more for next year in case these don't want to cooperate and give me any of the tomatoes. But they're looking very, very, very good. So with the little seedlings, I can tell that it is a really, really good batch of seeds from a really good tomato, because they're doing really well. And most of the time in the heat here, they start to show signs of, I don't know, heat shock, heat stroke. They start to wilt, especially during around this time. It's around 1:30, and at this time they would be sad and wilting. Another thing that I think is helping them is that this year I did a lot of thinking and looked at a lot of comments of my previous videos to see why my tomatoes don't do as well as everybody else. And a lot of people did recommend, because of the heat, that I should be mulching them to keep that moisture in, and with that help them not wilt with the heat. So I did mulch them a little bit, but I'm waiting for them to grow a little bit tall, and then I'm going to be adding more mulch. So far, so good. My never enough dirt patch. Well guys, that's it from Little Beans Garden. Thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you have a great day, and as always, take care.